this video, I'm going to show how to use the distributive property to multiply something like this. Now, when you notice, it's got a squared outside the bracket. So squaring means you are multiplying whatever is inside the brackets by itself. Notice the distributive property is listed above, and I want to demonstrate how we can use the distributive property to multiply these radicals. Bear in mind that the distributive property means that we have to multiply each number inside the first set of brackets by what's in the second set. So here we have mixed radicals right through. We have all positive signs, so we know that our numbers at the bottom are going to be positives. I'm going to use arrows now to indicate the order in which I'm going to multiply my mixed radicals together using the distributive property. Now, when I multiply, the number gets multiplied by the number and the root by the root. So 2 times 2 gives me 4, and root 2 times root 2 gives me root 4. When I multiply 2 root 2 times 5 root 5, I again multiply the numbers in front, so 2 times 5 gives me 10, and the numbers inside my root sign. 2 times 5 again gives me 10. Here, when I multiply these together, I get the same numbers. 5 times 2 is 10, and the square root of 5 times 2 gives me 10 again. At the end, I have 5 times 5, which is 25, and I get root 5 times root 5, which is also root 25. Now, this is a great question to combine some of the radical rules. When I look at the square root of 4 and the square root of 25, I'm going to flag those as being perfect square numbers. So I'm going to replace the square root of 4 with 2. I also notice right here that I've got like radicals. So 10 plus 10 would give me 20, and I would keep my root 10 the same because I'm adding like radicals. Here I need to replace the square root of 25 with 5. Now, from here, this number and this number can get added. So I get 8 plus 20 root 10 plus 125, and I again can add my two numbers together, so that gives me 133 plus 20 root 10. I want to show you a second method that we can do this same question. Notice here I've drawn a square. So we can actually do this question using an area approach. If you think about a square, think of this as being the dimensions that we want to basically multiply by each other. So 2 root 2 and 5 root 5, I'm going to place those on the sides. Now, some students like to use this method because they find it a little bit easier visually to multiply the individual radicals together than using the arrows in the double distributive property. The same answer will result as in method 1, but it just kind of keeps it nice and neat and organized. So this would be 25 root 25. Now again, these are like radicals, so these can get added together. Of course, I'm going to add all my terms. I know the square root of 4 is 2. As I showed before, these get added, 20 root 10, and I get 25 times 5. The same answer results as in the method 1. It just shows you visually kind of a neat way to organize it. So I again get the same answer, 133 plus 20 root 10. Just a little alternative, a different way to do the question.